Okay, I have no time to create content. I have no time to engage my audience. I don't even have time to open my Facebook account or my social media account. Alright. So do you feel like you have no time to create content? Do you feel like you really have no time to engage your audience? Or even open up your social media account just to see some notification or maybe other people's story? Okay, I get that. I understand that. All right, it's understandable. You have your own life. You have a work. You have a kids. Maybe you have a family that you have to take care of. That's okay. I get it. All right, you're not alone because I used to be like that too. I used to be like that too. I mean, last year in December 2020, that was my first time ever I felt like giving up. All right, because I had a lot of assignments and exams and tasks. All right, tasks and exam. Okay, that's kind of same. All right, so I had a lot of assignments and exams from my college, so I didn't really open my Facebook account. I didn't open my any other social media account like Instagram or LinkedIn. I didn't open any of that, all right? Because if I did open that account, I knew I had to do something. I knew I had to do something like engaging, commenting, right? Even if it's just typing or reading their posts, I didn't really feel like it. Because I felt like it was a task for me. It was kind of like a job that I didn't get paid for, right? Except if you did it consistently, people will pay you for doing that thing. But I didn't get paid for to engage my audience, so that's why I didn't feel motivated enough to just open it even for 15 minutes. And I talked about this in episode 64, where I was being silenced for complete 2 months because of my exams and assignments and all these college things, right? And I talked about this in episode 64. I laid out my plan of what I would do to revive my dead social media account. All right, I consider my social media account dead at that time, so I studied some of the plan and laid it out in front of you. It was actually a great plan because if you want to revive your social media account, or if you just want to make some noise and get some attention, then check out episode 64. All right, episode 64 if you want to revive your account, or even if you want to make some noise and get some attention. So in this episode, I'm going to share with you about how to batch creating content the smart way. Why I said smart way? Because remember, we don't create content for the sake of creating content, right? We are creating content to make sales, to make bank, to make money, right? So do not think of yourself as a content creator. Think of yourself as a content marketer. Oh wow! Oh my gosh! Okay, that quote is from Steve Larsen. I don't create that quote, so credit to him. Alright, so another thing I want to share with you is how long do you need to spend to create content, how to engage your audience the right way, so you always want to check your Facebook account after this, or maybe any other social media account, right? So how to engage your audience the right way and the smart way. And before we begin here, make sure to subscribe or follow this podcast if you haven't already. Alright, so click that subscribe button or follow button, click. Alright. So let's begin.
So the real question is this: how would an entrepreneur like us, who literally start from nothing or has limited resources and yet still wants to build an empire, join Ashraf as he answers this big question so you can apply it too? Welcome to Focus on Winning.
Alright, welcome back winners. Welcome back to the Focus on Winning podcast. My name is Ashraf. Thank you so much for being here with me today. So here's the story. In December 2020, I had lots and lots of assignments and tasks, and some of them were really hard for me to finish, and some of them required more effort from me and time just to finish it. I mean, I at least need 1 hour just to finish one small question. I remember I had an assignment, and that assignment only had like 8 questions, and each of those questions, they were like small questions, and those small questions required more effort from me. Okay, it drained a lot of my energy just to finish those small questions. Okay, it was a small question, maybe like 5 to 10 marks only, but oh my gosh, that was painful to finish. All right. at that time I had exams and I had to study many things, so I didn't really have enough time to open my Facebook account, okay, because I had so much to study, and it kind of burned me out. When it burned me out, that leads me to not open my Facebook account, because I know if I open it, I had to do something, right? And I didn't want to add any more paying tasks to my list. I didn't want to add any more headache. So that's why I just dropped Facebook from my routine. I dropped Facebook from my to-do list, from my daily schedule. Even though I drop it, I still need to create content. I still need to create content because if I can't make money from it, I would at least make it as a lead generating machine, right? I would at least make some people reach out to me even if I didn't open it. Yeah, I really want to make my profile like a lead generating machine. So, and plus I have invested in mastermind. I mean, I learned everything about social media. I learned about building an audience, creating content, closing some sales, right? I've invested a huge amount of money in that mastermind. So if I didn't take any action, if I didn't apply anything from it, I might just wasted my money and time on it. So I don't want to waste any of that. I don't want to make my investment just go away like that, right? So I said to myself, I promised to myself that, hey, Ashraf, you have to block out sometimes. You have to block out maybe a few minutes, okay, just a few minutes, just to engage or maybe write some content. All right, you have to block out maybe 1 hour a day or maybe 30 minutes a day just to write some content. Okay, so I promised that to myself. So I open up my Facebook account, I click on my friends list, and I was trying to find out some of the best marketers I know in creating content. So when I have that person, I can just model their posts. I can just model them. So I didn't have to create it from scratch. I didn't want to invent the wheel, okay, because I really want to do this the smart way. So I really need that kind of post. So the first thing I did was I checked my friends list. I checked my friends list because most of my friends in my friends list are all some of the best marketers, and I feel grateful for that. Okay, I really am happy to have that kind of friend in my friends list. Okay, and then I look through all of them to see which one really is the best at creating content. And then I got a few of them and I started analyzing their posts one by one. I check out their profile, I check out their posts in another group, okay, just to see the pattern, just to see the kind of posts, what did they do to convert the people, the readers to buyers, or maybe to lead. Okay, we want a lead here. All right, so I got a few of them. I just got a few of them because I don't want to model more than 2 people, because if I did, it would be a mess, right? It would be a mess and it kind of ruined my voice of my content. All right, so I got a marketer that I believe is really great at creating content. Okay, this guy is called the Wizard Content. Wait, is that right? Or creating content wizard, content creation wizard. Oh my gosh, I didn't remember the exact name that people gave him, but all right, his name is Miodrag. This guy is from Serbia, and the reason why he is called the content wizard is because he could just turn any post reader into buyers. That's how great he is. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about him. Okay, so I check all of his posts in the groups that we joined. We both joined. Okay, just like ClickFunnels group, we both joined together, and then I check all of his posts in that group, and I screenshot all of them. I screenshot and copied and pasted in my Word document so that I can change some words and using my own words and put my voice in that content. Okay, and as I wrote many times, as I copied and pasted many times and changed it many times, as I wrote a lot of contents, I started to realize the pattern he used. Because although his posts were really great, I mean, it was simple and not many emojis and no weird fonts, right? Just straight up to the point. And it was really simple, but actually really converting, and which is great. This is what we want. We don't want any fancy words in that content, all right? So anyway, his pattern is really great. And okay, I'm not going to talk about pattern here. Maybe I'm going to talk about pattern in the next episode, right? Because his pattern was actually really great and it's really worth to talk about. I would love to do an episode about this and maybe do a training about the pattern structure. Okay, but anyway, I block out 1 hour a day, 1 hour a day to write 2 posts a day. Okay, 1 hour a day. I wrote 2 posts, and some of the days I only need 30 minutes. Okay, and in only 2 weeks, in only 2 weeks, I managed to write over 40 posts. Oh my, in 2 weeks. Okay, so if I do the math right, I might only have like 28 posts, right? 28 posts only if I do the math right, if I follow the schedule, 1 hour a day, 2 posts. Okay, I should have only 28 posts, but instead, when I write it many times, I actually have I can actually write it on my own. I didn't have to see his posts and copy and paste and change some words. No, I actually can just write it on my own. That was impressive. So that is why I believe that modeling someone can really shortcut your process, can just take you to wherever you want to be, right? So I model his post and I didn't have to create on my own. I didn't have to reinvent the wheel. I could just change some words and it still make sense, right? And that's how to create the content the smart way. You model a post that is really converting and model it. You do not have to create content from scratch. All right, so in this case I only spend about 1 hour, okay, 1 hour, maybe 30 minutes to 1 hour every single day for about 2 weeks, creating content, engaging and commenting, seeing other people's stories. I only need 1 hour a day, which is great. I don't have to do any more than that, and I still can focus on my studies and also my assignments and tests, right? So the second point is I mentioned about how to engage your audience a smart way, right? So this is how you engage it. This is how smart people do it. So as I scroll through my Facebook account, through my Facebook feed, I actually only engage the kind of audience that I am really interested in helping. Okay, the kind of audience that I'm really interested in helping is my ideal client. So if they are not my ideal client, what I mean by ideal client is, that people are into podcast monetization, and I will engage their posts. So as I scroll through my Facebook feed, I'll just engage their posts. I only engage on that post. I only engage on the posts from the people that are my ideal client, right? If they are not into podcast monetization yet, or maybe if they are not into it, then I only give likes and comments, or maybe I only give likes. Okay, I only give them reaction, like the heart reaction, or that all those kind of reaction. I only gave them reactions. I didn't comment on it. The reason why I did this is because after doing this for a few days, Facebook only show the posts that I engage the most at the top. Okay, it will only shows the post that you engage the most at the top. So and the least and the post that you engage the least will be at the bottom. So now every time I engage my Facebook feed, I didn't have to scroll all the way down to find my perfect audience or my ideal client post, because they are already at the top. So, and that reduced my time to spend on Facebook. So I only spend about 1 hour or more, about 1 hour. I don't spend any more than that. All right. So that is the smart way. And there are people that spend lesser than that. So that's okay. For me, what works best for me is I would spend 1 hour a day to just maybe write content or maybe just engage my audience, right? So using this method, you don't have to engage to everyone's post, because that only drains your energy, that only wastes your time, right? So only engage your ideal client's post. That's it. All right. And if you want to know who is your ideal client, I actually have an ebook that talk about this, that shows you how to identify your perfect client. So this ebook will show you how to find it, how to target them the right way, and how to use those targeting technique to craft your message to them. So they will come to you, they will, want to buy from you, right? So you can get that ebook at bit.ly/client for you. Again, it's bit.ly/client for you. And if you don't know the spelling, the link is in the description below. All right. So that's it from me. Okay, I kind of close it surprisingly, right? So let's recap here. How to batch content. The smart way is you have to model someone's post, okay? The post that really converting, not just the post that makes you professional or really make you sounds good. No, we want a post that converting. That's it, okay? And how long do you need to spend to create content is up to you. For me, what works best for me is I spend about 30 minutes to 1 hour. It depends on how busy you are. It depends on how many time you have. All right, so I would suggest about 15 to 30 minutes, the least. That's the least amount of time that you need to spend to create content. Okay, and how to engage your audience the right way is you just have to comment on your ideal client's post. All right, that's it. So that's it from me, and remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and always remember that winners focus on winning. Until then, stay winning.
Hey, thank you for listening. We hope you can implement everything from this episode. And would you like to know more about business strategies and life hacks that you can apply right now? If so, subscribe to this podcast so you can become the best you.